Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix. My name is Benji Messer. I use he, him pronouns. I'm the music director here. And I am all better, reliably testing negative for COVID. Thank you all for your well wishes. Really appreciate it. I will still mask if I'm in a group just to be safe because I'm within the 10 days, just out of caution. But I think I'm safe to be here. And it's the last morning of 2023, so one last time, let's sing our December hymn together, gathered here, and I invite you to rise in body or spirit to sing with me. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. Please stay standing for our chalice lighting.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Gary Ezzell, and I have the pleasure or privilege of being your worship associate this morning. I use he, him pronouns. Join me as we recite our covenant. And Benji lights our chalice. For the first time, he says, in all these years he's been here. So he gets to light the chalice today. If you're watching remotely and have a chalice, please light it with us. Now join us in the covenant. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, share our strength in fellowship. Thus do we covenant. Please be seated.
Good morning. Happy New Year. Woohoo! Happy New Year's Eve. What are all you doing tonight? We're staying up with a really anxious dog. Who else is staying up with really anxious pets? One who thinks the world is ending, one who is deaf and won't care, and two cats we don't know how they feel because we will not see them all night. So welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix. Welcome home, welcome to worship. No matter where you come from, how you worship, who you love, how you identify, welcome as we explore the turning of the year and the contemplation of the labyrinth in our lives. I am the Reverend Christine Dance. I use she and her pronouns, and it is an honor to serve as the minister here. The Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix strives to be a spiritual community for our time, one that is theologically diverse, radically inclusive, and justice-centered. If you are new here, we are so glad you found us, and we hope that in this community you can experience the warmth and love that we have found. Each Sunday is different here. This one's totally different than last week, which will be totally different from next week, so please come again and join us. If you are new or visiting here, would you be willing to wave and let us know that you are here? Welcome, new folks. Welcome. Folks around you, I hope that you will take some time and say hello to them. Here at UUCP, we put our mission into action when we discover what it means to be human. We have all kinds of things happening in 2024 that are going to be exciting. The one that we want you to know about right now is starting January 7th. There's a really great adult faith development class on creating hope in a messed up world. Who needs that? It's a 3-week course. It will help you develop a toolkit for cultivating hope in your lives through the stories we tell ourselves, our actions and practices in daily life, and the ways that we participate in the world and in this congregation. All the information is on the website and in Compass. So now, let us settle into worship. I will ring our singing bowl, and I invite you to draw deeper into this present moment and deeper into beloved community.
As we turn from one year into another, we find ourselves at a threshold. Thresholds invite us to reflect on what calls us here, what calls us onward, what calls us inward, and what leads us back to our centers. Travel with us today as we contemplate together with poetry, song, and labyrinth mindfulness. Our opening words are "We Travel This Road Together" by Tess Bomberger. From the busyness of every day, we gather once a week to remember who we are, to dream of who we might become. We travel this road together. As companions on this journey, we share the milestones we meet along the way. Individual moments of joy and sorrow become shared moments of comfort and celebration. We travel this road together. We share this journey across differences of belief and opinion because we value diversity and because we care for one another. We travel this road together. Today, as we take the next steps, let us notice our fellow travelers, the burdens they carry, the songs that inspire their hearts. We travel this road together. As we gather in beloved community, let us open the holy havens of our hearts. Let us share the sacred spaces of our souls. For we are pilgrims who share a common path. We travel this road together. I now invite anyone who would like to come forward for Together time.
Over here. So particularly if you're young, the young folks get a chance to do something first over here. We'll go right here. No, you don't have to get on the floor. We can stand for this one. Hi, everyone. Oh, are we standing in a circle? Is that what we're doing? Oh, I like that, Benji. Okay, so I'm going to want you on the outside of the labyrinth because in a minute, anyone who is, I'd say, under 20 gets the chance, especially Robert, gets the chance to walk this first. So does anyone know what this is? It's a labyrinth. What does a labyrinth mean? Great, that's the best explanation I've heard. It's like a maze, but without the confusing getting lost parts, right? So a labyrinth is different from a maze, because a maze has you go in it and go, now where am I? And then you start to get claustrophobic, and then you don't know, and it's very anxiety producing, right? Or is that just me? No, okay, you too, okay, good, good, thank you. Thank you, Addie, for sharing that with me. A labyrinth, there's only one way in and one way out, and it's something to be contemplative about. Now, what does contemplative mean? What does contemplative mean? It's a big word I used. Yeah, no one, Robert doesn't know. So it's to be thoughtful and to have time for your mind and your heart to open. That's what it means sometimes to contemplate. So does anyone have any idea how long labyrinths have been around? How many years? What do you think?
2016.
Since 2016? So that would be almost 8 years. The number's higher, higher.
1,000 years.
1,000 years, higher, Pete, higher. How many? It's really old. 6,000's lower. Okay, 3,000 years old are labyrinths. That's how long they've been around. Now, they were very popular with Unitarian Universalists in the 1990s and 2000s. That's even older than 2016. I just heard someone refer to my prime years as the late 1900s. Nothing made me feel older. Thank you, thank you. I do look like I'm 16, I am, thank you. So for Unitarian Universalists, the idea of labyrinths was brought over from women's spirituality and neo-pagan groups in our UU communities. And they have been found in almost every culture. So they've been in India, Turkey, and Greece, and Egypt, and Ireland, and many, many other countries. So the reason we do a labyrinth is on New Year's Eve is because this is often a contemplative time for folks. We are entering a threshold, a new year. Now, for some people, it's a random Sunday night. For our dogs, it's a very traumatic random Sunday night. For some people, it's a deeply meaningful night where we think about what our year has given us and what we want for our next year. I will go on my soapbox again and say, resolutions are only helpful if they don't bring shame to you. If they are shame-oriented, maybe you want to think about whether that is what you want in your life. Off the soapbox. So what we're going to do here, we did this last year and it was really amazing, is through the whole service today, any of you can get up and walk the labyrinth. All right? And we're entering this year from the east because the east is beginnings in many traditions. All right? And the way that you walk a labyrinth is slowly and with intention and with reverence, which means we don't go skipping all around the labyrinth. We actually follow the paths around it. And at the center, we often just take a moment to think about what it is that we want to think about. Sometimes you walk into a labyrinth with a question. Sometimes you walk into a labyrinth with an intention, with something saying, I am hoping for this year or this day. I like to walk into a labyrinth with a totally open mind and see what happens and what the labyrinth has to tell me. Sometimes I just want it for some good steps, like a nice contemplative way to stretch my body. So what's going to happen is while we are doing the service, at any point, anyone can get up and do the labyrinth. It breaks all the rules. If I'm talking, you can still get up and walk in the middle of the sanctuary. If somebody's playing music, it's okay. You can still get up and walk in the middle of the sanctuary. Folks at home, we hope that you will watch the people as they're walking, and that will be meditative for you. Also, if you want to go online and look up a finger labyrinth, you can do that as well for yourselves. The one thing that we have said that it helps is if there's 6 people at a time. We've found that more than 6 gets into some traffic crashes, okay? So 6 people, if you see that the 6th person just left, then that's a perfect time for you to start. And I thought it would be really great if some of our youth would be the first ones to grace this labyrinth. How do you feel about that? Do you feel good about that? Yeah? Okay. So from here on out, and we're going to leave this up for a few days. The congregation isn't open all the time, but certainly afterwards, if you don't feel like doing it either on camera or with people watching, you can do it after the service as well. And so welcome to your 2023 and entrance into 2024 labyrinth. May it bring introspection and contemplation for you. All right, and I'm going to let whoever wants to start go, and then you can, okay, so what you do is you walk in between the lines, and then you'll see that this turns, and when, there you go. Do you want to go next? You don't? Do you want to go? Okay. Oh, that's okay. Do you want to keep going? So come here, Addie. So this one right here, where you just were, then you turn a corner, and then you go around that way. See? Good job. Do you want to go now? No? Okay, do you want to go? Okay. Then you come, then you turn around here. You turn around here, and then you go back out there. Go ahead.
So, hello everyone. While they walk the labyrinth, I thought I'd invite you to join me in a singing meditation called toning. It's just singing a single O vowel together, more or less on one note. So as you sit, just notice that your spine is upright and your head is suspended so your breath can move through you easily. And let your jaw relax and breathe deep into your lower belly. And when you sing, just sing really gently. Don't force any particular sound. Just let your voice come out as it is. And when you run out of breath, just take a nice, relaxed, deep breath and come back in. And come back in many times. I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes, and we'll just keep going. Thank you all for helping me wake up the space in that way.
How magical it is to walk a labyrinth. How magical it is to watch people walk a labyrinth. As we continue to walk, as we continue to watch, I invite you to enter into the words of the Reverend Howard Thurman, entitled, How Good It Is to Center Down. How good it is to center down, to sit quietly and see oneself pass by. The streets of our minds seethe with endless traffic. Our spirits resound with clashes and noisy silences, while something deep within hungers and thirsts for the still moment and the resting lull. With full intensity we seek, ere the quiet passes, a fresh sense of order in our living. A direction, a strong, sure purpose that will structure our confusion and bring meaning in our chaos. We look at ourselves in this waiting moment, the kinds of people that we are. The questions persist. What are we doing with our lives? What are the motives that order our days? What is the end of our doings? Where are we trying to go? Where do we put the emphasis, and where are our values focused? For what end do we make sacrifices? Where is my treasure? And what do I love most in life? What do I hate most in life? And to what am I true? Over and over, the questions beat in upon the waiting moment. As we listen, floating up through all the jangling echoes of our turbulence, there is a sound of another kind, a deeper note, which only the stillness of the heart makes clear. It moves directly to the core of our being. Our questions are answered. Our spirits refreshed, and we move back into the traffic of our daily life with the peace of the eternal in our step. How good it is to center down. We invite you all to continue to come and walk the labyrinth. I love how you are making space for each other as you pass. Those online watch, and our chat chaplain will put a finger labyrinth link in the chat if you want to do it that way. As we continue to center down.
Each week, we practice generosity as a source of joyful living by splitting our offering plate with UUCP and a local organization that shares our values. For this final week of December, our Share the Plate partner is Housing First, part of the Human Services Campus, which serves nearly 1,000 individuals each day, to address housing instability. Over the past year, 13,000 people in Maricopa County became unhoused. In response to a court order, Phoenix's largest homeless encampment, the Zone, was cleared in early November. Housing First has been working outreach to build trustworthy relationships with each individual to find shelter, storage, and services. Your contribution is a tangible commitment of helping Housing First create a world where all of us have enough. For all that you give, we are so grateful. Ushers, thank you for your willing hands in helping us pass the plate.
It is an important practice in this community to make time to share pieces of our lives with each other. Whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears right below the surface, all of you matters. Your joys and sorrows are part of what matters in this congregation. If you're on Zoom and wish to share something, I ask for you to put it in the chat, and there's a table in the back for those in the space here. As we open this sacred time to amplify our joys and lessen our sorrows, let us take a deep breath. I want to start by sharing that this past week, members of our staff suffered a tragic loss. You may not know, but a whole bunch of our staff members have been playing Dungeons and Dragons together and have been supporting each other through these past post-pandemic days. One of their members is Maddie, and Maddie's partner, Addison Rayburn, died from a tragic asthma attack last week. She was 22. We are sending our love to Bob and Rose and Danny and Jade and Benji as they mourn their friend Addison and provide support to Maddie. Maddie used to work at the preschool here, and I had the honor of being there with the family and friends for Addison's honor walk as her body was wheeled to where her organs would be removed and donated, surrounded by over 100 of their friends and family. Join me as we send our condolences to love her and prepare for a potential memorial service with them. I have from Val Wiley, a sorrow for the death of my brother-in-law, Marty Gerber, due to complications of Parkinson's after 10 years of putting up the good fight. Our love is with you and your family, Val. From Vince Leone. Vince had a successful implant completed in Istanbul. I am so blessed to now have a full functioning mouth of teeth and can now eat normally. Vince, we are so happy for you. We know what a difference that is making in your life. For Pat Alsman. Where's Pat? There's Pat. Pat says, this is a mixture of joy and sorrow. Friday was my last day working at St. Joseph's Hospital. I finally retired after 40 years. Congratulations on your retirement. From Sherry Stafford. Sherry is right over there. Sherry has a joy of Layla Elena Rose is my joy. My new great-granddaughter. Our family has embraced her in love. What a blessing she is, and you are to her. Congratulations, Sherry. From Gina Stevens is visiting here. Gina Stevens says, I am a member of the UU Church in Long Beach. I'm so happy to be here visiting my sister and family for Christmas. Welcome, Gina, and send our regards to Long Beach. And from Sylvia Sharma, it's right there. Sylvia is celebrating her sister's birthday, 73 years old, Lisa Lemus. Happy birthday to your sister. And just seeing if there's from Beth says, I had the week off and did 5 great hikes, feeling grateful for the weather and the time to do things that I love. And Donna Talbot, Donna and Terry share that they are moving on Tuesday. They are going to an assisted living, senior living facility. We wish you peace and easy moves to all of you. And Peyton sends a joy of working with this team, and Peyton, it goes right back to you. Happy New Year to you. So now, as even more of you walk the labyrinth, I invite you to join a mindful experience from Joan Johnson Lewis's meditation on finding your center. I invite you to breathe. Breathe deeply and fully. Breathe in, taking air into your body to nourish you. Breathe out, letting go of what your body no longer needs. Just breathe. Consciously center your attention on your own body and breath. If you notice distractions, either from outside or inside, just let them be. Imagine or sense within you your own center, nourished and protected by your breath. When you are feeling centered in yourself, let your focus shift to also take in those around you. Sense in your imagination a connection from your center to the center of one of those around you. Imagine it's an invisible thread, one between you and another person. Now imagine another thread to another person. Thread after thread after thread, each between your center and the center of another. And as your mind takes in all of these threads, sense or imagine also the threads that start from each of those others and to connect to another, not you, weaving an invisible net of connections. Center to center, true and best self to true and best self. Breathe in a sense of the connection from others to the preciousness in you. Breathe out a sense of your connecting to these precious others. Breathe in connection to your center. Breathe out connection from your center. Breathe. Center. Connect. Feel the power that flows from your center through those threads, through other centers, and back into your center. Breathing centered in that present. Now imagine a thread from this present moment that you're experiencing, a thread to the future. What from this experience do you want to carry with you into that future? What is a choice you want to make about how you want to be in that future? Connecting to your center and connecting to that invisible net of threads, center to center. Take a few moments to imagine yourself in that future with that intention fulfilled. Then back to your center in the present, breathing in with what nourishes you, out with what you no longer need. Take a few more breaths. Then come back into conscious presence in this moment, in this room, with these other beautiful, precious, connected people who are here. So might it be.
You know, usually we're really well set up to look forward in here and see the projector and see who's talking, but we're not so well set up to look at each other. So those of you who aren't walking the labyrinth, let's stand. But before we sing, look across the circle, wave at somebody. Don't worry, you don't have to talk to them later. But, you know, just say hello. You don't have to, maybe it's somebody you know, maybe it's someone you don't know. And now let's sing a hymn. The lyrics will be up on the projector in front, behind the pulpit. It's called Voice Still and Small, and it's by the UU minister John Corrado. And, you know, shift your weight, notice your body. It's a chance to be standing in the service. Here we go. Voice still and small, deep inside all, I hear you call, singing in dark and rain, sorrow and pain, still you remain, singing, calming my fears, quenching my tears through all the years, singing. One more time. A voice still and small, deep inside all, I hear you call, singing. In dark and rain, sorrow and pain, still you remain, singing, calming my fears, quenching my tears
It is good to center down and to center inward. And yet sometimes in the stillness of our centers, in the in-between spaces of what was, what is, what will be, doubts can arise. May the words of "Even This Is Enough" by Vanessa Rush Southern lovingly hold us in this liminal threshold space. So much undone, so much to do, so much to heal in us and the world. So much to acquire: a meal, a healthy body, a fit one, a lover, a job, a better job. Proof we have and are enough, just around the corner of now. And up against it, the reality of all that falls short and the limits of today. We honor those limits. If your body won't do what it used to right now, let that be enough. If your mind won't stop racing, or you just can't think of the word, let it be enough. If you are here utterly alone and in despair, be all that here with us. If today you cannot sing because your throat hurts, or you don't have the heart for music, be silent. The world won't stop spinning on its axis if you don't rise to all the occasions today. Love won't cease to flow in your direction. Your heart won't stop beating. All hope won't be lost. You are part of the plan for the world's salvation. Of that I have no doubt. The world needs its oceans of people striving to be good, to carry us to the shores of hope and wash fear from the beachheads and cleanse all the wounds so they can heal. But oceans are big, and I am sure there are parts that don't feel up to the task of the whole some days. Rest if you must then, like the swimmer lying on her back who floats, or the hawk carried on cushions of air. Rest in pews made to hold weary lives, in space carved out for the doing of nothing much but being. Perhaps then you will feel it in your bones, in your weary heart, the aching, healing sense that this is enough, even this, that we are enough. You are enough. Enough.
This is a lullaby I wrote recently. And lullabies are for the end of the day, but I'm going to change the lyrics a little to be about the end of the year for us here. Silence up above, shadows underfoot. Sun sets like a hug, everything is where you put it. The years gone by, now you're free to forget it. You've done your part. There's no need to regret it. Feel the wind off the water and breathe. The world will be here tomorrow, and so will we. Every little star in the dark of night shows us where we are. It doesn't need to be the brightest. The years gone by, now it's part of the story we'll tell with pride when we wake in the morning. Feel the wind off the water and breathe. The world will be here tomorrow, and so will we. In this momentary peace, when everything's been said, feel the knots release. Let's not worry where you're headed, and life will still go on if you let it. And if your hearts come loose, here's a way to reset it. Feel the wind off the water and breathe. The world will be here tomorrow, and so will we.
Benji, that was beautiful. Thank you. As we cross the threshold into this new year, I offer you a blessing from one of my favorite religious poets, Father John O'Donohue. In out of the way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you were ready to emerge. For a long time, it has watched your desire, feeling the emptiness grow inside of you, noticing how you have willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown. It watched you play with the seduction of safety and the gray promises that sameness whispered. It heard the waves of turmoil rise and relent, wondered, would you always live like this? Then the delight, when your courage kindled and out of you stepped onto new ground, your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. Though your destination is not clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning that is one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease in risk. Soon you will be home in a new rhythm, for your soul senses the world that awaits you.
So, The Labyrinth made me think of that Pete Seeger song that uses text from the book of Ecclesiastes as a closing hymn. So please stand and sing with me. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, and a time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rent, a time to sow, a time for love, a time for hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. Thank you all.
Thank you, Benji. Thank you. I would invite you all to stay seated or stay standing because we have something special. Benji, can you come out here?
This is the part you told me I should maybe
This
put
is
on a
the
mask
part. Yes.
for, right?
Yes.
Just in case.
Yes.
All right.
This is the part that he doesn't know about. So not only are we closing a year and beginning a new year, we are beginning a very special time for Benji. Tomorrow is the first day of a 7-month sabbatical for our music director, Benji Messer. This is a big deal as Katie had taken a 3-month sabbatical. Benji is taking one. We are one of the few UU congregations that recognizes that spiritual guidance comes from more than the minister, and that sabbaticals are a humane practice for enriching your skills, taking rest and appreciation after 10 years of serving us. So thank you. If you were not here several weeks ago, Benji laid out everything that's going to happen during a sabbatical. We have a sabbatical choir director, we have a pianist, we have a musician in residence with Nicole Pesci, and because Benji has planned it, it is immaculately planned. We will be okay. We will miss you. I will miss you the most. I will. But we want to send you out with some fun. And in other UU congregations I've had, when we ushered our kids out, we would make a bridge for them. We would come together, and I thought, since we've got this nice open space, if you are willing, if you are able and willing and want to come out and meet somebody else from here to there and meet somebody and hold hands to create a bridge for Benji to walk through as we send him on his sabbatical, I welcome you to do it. Folks online, I would love to be able to see you, and if your screen's on and be part of our bridge, you are right there. And it may need to wind some. So let's see if it needs to come up this way, it can come up this way as well. And if you want to turn it out that way, yep, it can go out that way. Oh. Online folks, I see you with your hands up. Thank you for being part of that. Now, and Benji. Have fun on your sabbatical. We'll see you in August.
Thank you.
We love you so much. Enjoy. Woo! Yay! Woo! Bravo, Benji. Thank you for all you have offered us, and enjoy your sabbatical. Now, may you go into this year with peace and a sense of your own center. May you share your center freely with others. May this new year bring you love and community and just the right amount of the good kind of adventure. May you know that you are loved. Go into 2024, go in love, go in peace. Happy New Year, everyone.